Oh my God! This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. You have Kenny, you have Carlil, you have Bamba. There is a three-headed goat on the loose, and they are about to come to you
You got
live on
sports,
the same
you got
convo.
anime,
I repeat,
you
this
got
is not
media,
a
you got
drill. They are about
entertainment.
to come to you live on
The
the same
same
convo.
convo, baby.
Tap
Tap in.
Let's go!
Okay, now it's time to conversate. Same convo on your airwaves. Bamba came to entertain and Kenny talking anime. Carla coming with the sports, they changing lives in major ways. You was tweaking out if TAC ain't on your playlist. If you come and listen, then you listen to the best. They not worried about the others, cause they better than the rest. Kenny, Carla, bomb, but they put the others to the test. New episode flow, now tap in to see what is next.
Welcome back. This is the same convo with your same host, Kenny, Carlil, and Bamba. And this is the podcast where we talk everything sports, anime, and media and entertainment. This is the very sad anime segment. How y'all boys doing?
I'm all right for now. For now.
How about you, Bamba?
I'm chilling. How you feeling?
I'm a little sad, bro. Yeah, we haven't had an episode not in a while, but like in a few days. But in between our last episode and here, we lost a big part of our community. Perhaps one of the most important people of our community, Akira Toriyama. So I'm gonna just start off by saying to all our conversationalists, I know y'all hear me kind of talk bad about Dragon Ball Z a lot. Most you should know that it's mostly satire, mostly trolling. Because no matter what I be saying, Dragon Ball Z is probably no, not even probably. It is the most iconic, most important anime of all time. There's no way around that. Without Dragon Ball Z, there would be no Naruto. There would be no Bleach. There would be no One Piece. All right, so Dragon Ball Z demands its respect, and I will. In a segment such as this one, I believe that I must give it its just so respect. Because even I don't know if people follow y'all. Did y'all see what was posted on social media around the time of his passing?
What was that?
Like how Oda and what's Naruto's creator's name?
Kishimoto.
Kishimoto. Did y'all see their statements? Yeah. So it's like these are anime manga legends in their our own right? Like, and both of them refer to Akira as sensei. So just walk me through y'all's feelings and emotions when y'all saw the news. Especially since what's been 2-on-1 debates for how many years now about Dragon Ball Z. So just I know this hit me hard, but I know it probably hit especially Carlil a little bit differently.
Bamba, you want to go first?
You go first. I got you.
I'm not gonna lie, because I think when I saw it, it was like literally 5 minutes after it had been posted. So I saw it. I literally sat in silence for like 2 to 3 hours because, and it's crazy because like I of course never met this man before, never had a conversation with him, but I've, as long as I can remember, like one of my first memories is, you know, involves Dragon Ball Z. Like Dragon Ball Z has been a part of my life since I was 3, 4 years old. I still got a cover that's actually sitting on my bed right now.
I was gonna ask you about that cover.
I still got a cover that's sitting on my bed right now. It's a Dragon Ball Z cover that my parents got me when I was like 4. And Kenny, like he said, he was gonna ask about that cover. And I don't know if Kenny knows this story, but the reason so when I left home for college, I left some stuff at my house until my mom moved to Florida, like my junior year. One thing I took was my cover because I knew she was gonna clear out my room, and I knew that that was gonna be one of the things that she cleared out. Like this cover, I will never give up. I might not use it every day, but it will be in storage. Like that's something that's just been a part of my life for years. But when I heard the news, it really affected me just because like what this man created has been a part of my life all this time. It's been an inspiration. Its characters has been an inspiration. Its ideals has been an inspiration. This is probably truly one of the most this is probably one of the only pieces of art that I kind of know front and back from my head. I can tell you scenarios. I can let it play in the background, and you know, I can say lines word from word without even hearing it, like without even looking at it. I can tell you which saga is playing which episode. Like this, from TV shows to movies to video games to action figures to I don't anything Dragon Ball Z involved. I've been involved with it, so it really did hit me hard because it's just like this man has so much. What he created has so much inspiration over my life, and I just I think the reason I was so sad again, never met him, never talked to him. I think I was so sad because what you what you created truly touched my heart and has been a part of me my whole life. And I can't thank you enough for creating something that I can just identify with. I can truly enjoy, no matter how old I am. Um, and it's just again, you are sensei, you are the greatest of all time. It's kind of how my feelings are right now.
Very touching. Very touching. Bamba.
Yeah. Shit. I feel like first of all, like the time we find out, like the hour we find out was probably like the worst time to get that kind of news when you're about to go to bed, when you're about to lay down and really like think. And it's like, damn, like why am I missing this person so much? But I feel like the realization that needs to happen is that we all grew up having conversation with this man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Conversation is not just it's nothing but just sharing our ideas. And this man basically shared his best idea that he's been nurturing for years. And I feel like that's why it hit us so hard. Like think about your whole life. You've been sitting down, you know, looking over what he's been thinking about. He thought about it for decades, and then we've been watching it for what our whole life. I'm what I'm 28. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z since I was a baby. Every memory that I have of my dad growing up was in the U.S., but every memory I have of him coming back home, I was literally in front of the TV watching Dragon Ball Z until like he walked through the door. Growing up, like when we were going to school and stuff like that, you didn't have access to like comics. But like when you used to go to the library, like at the school, they might have like Professor Chum's comics, which was the work that he had before Dragon Ball Z. And I remember we used to go to school and like you couldn't have those books for you, but you could rent them. And then if you were to rent them and lose them, you could either pay money or you have a penalty. Sometimes that's literally what we do. We just take the money, we just take the book, take it home. Hey, I lost it. If you're gonna make me run for it, I'm gonna run. If you want me to pay, I'll pay. But that was the only way we could get those comics. So it's like growing up, like we said, I'm not even saying like it was my introduction to anime. It was the only anime I was watching for a minute. Like we got introduced maybe to like other stuff at the time, especially when we are in Africa, you get the 90s anime around the 2000s, basically. So when I'm watching like the 90s anime, Dragon Ball Z was the only one that really resonated with me. I was watching Saint Seiya, dropped it, Conan, dropped it. It just never stuck with me. But Dragon Ball Z had those comical aspects to it. and the thrill that went with it, and it was just iconic. Like we all remember trying to turn Super Saiyan or do the Kamehameha, either or. Like you did one of them. A part of me kind of believed the Dragon Balls were real, and honestly, right now we wish that shit was real. We would be out right now looking for them shits. You would be back today, like Akira Sensei. So that's really like that's the struggle I feel like you have now. You just because Akira Toriyama is and he's gonna live on forever, and I feel like that's the beauty of it. But he's gonna live on through Goku, and I feel like that's like now we're sitting here looking at our world, like what he meant for us, but also you're thinking of that world, like oh man, shit, like that's our fantasy world. I wish that shit was real, so I could bring you back. I'm not gonna lie, like that's literally where we at. It's just like you can only accept it and be positive and just try to let him inspire you. But this shit hurt. This shit really did hurt.
Except with Grand Kai now. It's tough. But trying to get on a more positive note, let's talk about some of the most iconic or even just some of our favorite moments from either Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Super. Let's remember the good things that Sensei gave us before he hit that Dragon Way. For me, I think one of the most iconic moments was Super Saiyan 1. Because they hyped the legend of the Super Saiyan for so long in that show. And to see that the legend lives and that's true. And it's true in Goku. And just to see everybody's reaction, like especially Vegeta's, like the sheer disbelief in his eyes when he saw it was a great moment for me. To me. Carly, you want to go next? We're just going circles.
I
I know you can go on and on, but you got to pick one right now. Just one.
I was about to say because I can truly just go back to back to back to back to back. But if I have to pick one of the most iconic moments in Dragon Ball Z to me, one of the most iconic moments in Dragon Ball Z to me, and it was the Cell Saga, or no, it was the Android Saga. It is when Goku first met Trunks. And not only were Goku and Trunks the only two Super Saiyans at that time, but it was the sheer display because Trunks came in at when we first saw Goku as a Super Saiyan, it was against his fight during Frieza, and that wasn't even a mastered Super Saiyan 4 form. He just unlocked the power and he was able to use that power to overcome Frieza. When we first were introduced to Trunks sliced Frieza up in like 48 seconds, beat his whole army, killed his dad. You assume that's a mastered Super Saiyan. That's really peak. He meets Goku, ask him to turn into a Super Saiyan. He attacks Goku with no warning just to test out his abilities, to test out his strength with his sword. Goku with one finger is blocking every single one of Trunks' slices. The same sword, mind you, he used to just chop up Frieza in seconds. Seconds. He's blocking it with a finger. If I got to pick one, that has to be one of the most iconic moments because, again, you thought Trunks set a bar. No, this nigga Goku just came back and set a whole new level. You feel me? Like, it's all inspiring.
That boy had been training, learned instant transmission.
But still, a part of learning instant transmission, he didn't stray away from his regular training to get stronger and master that Super Saiyan transformation.
What's the name of that planet he was on?
Yardrat.
Yardrat.
So, Carla, thank you for specifying the seconds that Trunk took, because I literally have a clip that I've been waiting to use.
Literally, bro. Like, literally, it was like, what, 10, 12 minutes in the actual episode, but then when you fast
remember
forward,
Super, they showed the perspective.
They showed a live action.
Yeah.
he was gone like that. Like it was over with.
That boy Frieza was getting hired. Told you, I'm about to come back. I'm about to kill this motherfucker. That nigga got chopped up. They got hibachi.
Shit. Different. All right, mine. So mine is like it's one moment, but it's two things that happen within that one moment that I fuck with because I feel like it's so real. And this is when Majin Vegeta happened, and after he blew up the stand, like the stadium, and you have the Kai that's like he's gonna try to kill Vegeta or like stop the fight between Goku and Vegeta, and then he's like, this is futile, like you talking about powers, and I feel like Toriyama just did such a great job, like just humanizing Vegeta. Because I feel like that moment, I always talk about that speech. Like that's literally like a real life struggle. Like he's like, what do you like? Power is like unnecessary, but I don't look at it that like power, but like necessary, like because that's what Vegeta identify as, like somebody who's strong. Like he's supposed to be the ultimate being. So I always look at it like you're shunning what I'm obsessed with. Like like it's not nothing, but for him, like that's his whole life to where he's ready to give up his family, he's ready to give up his kids, so he's having a meltdown. But what makes that moment amazing is Goku. Because Goku, we know how Goku is. Goku is jolly, Goku is kind, especially towards Vegeta. Like I understand they had a past before, but he's not like at that point he's surprised first that Vegeta's doing that. But I feel like Goku picked up on the struggle of Vegeta really quick. And right now, there's no time for me to tell you, Kai, what's going on. But I understand that even though, and then like later on, we find out that he has a Super Saiyan 3 that he didn't use throughout that fight. So meaning that he could have used that fight and ended it. But he's trying to save Vegeta. Like I understand the struggle that you go. Basically, like that Naruto Sasuke relationship that Kishimoto had later on and like just developed. But that's literally what it was. And Goku's like, I'm gonna save you. And I feel like right now, saving you is just me having this battle with you. Like you need it. And very like we got a Dragon Ball, we're gonna figure out the rest later. I need to save him. Well, if you fight him, a bigger bad is gonna come. Well, we're gonna figure that out. But right now I know that this nigga needs saving. I understand his struggle. And I feel like that was the most amazing scene because Goku's like, nigga, you move or I kill you. You don't understand what is going on. I understand this, man. That relationship, I fuck with.
Facts. That wasn't when Goku looked back at Supreme Kai and put his hand in his face. That was not Goku. That was Kakarot.
Kakarot, yes sir. He said, "Move, nigga."
Yeah. I think I got one more. It's probably one of I think mine probably gonna be Tournament of Power. Goku versus Kefla. We bring it up all the time. I feel like it's one of the best. It's probably one of the coldest moments in just anime, period. Because maybe it was just because of Dragon Ball Z that it happened in, but we had never seen Goku use his Kamehameha like that before. We've seen him use an instant transmission. We've seen him do a Kamehameha times 10. We've seen all those, but this man use it to break dance with somebody else's ki blast. Like, then smacked her in the face with it. Like, who we seeing take a Kamehameha to the face? Point blank. I mean, I was on some demon time, but I think that's my second to last, my second and final one. Besides all the ones y'all said, because I was definitely gonna mention the ones y'all said too. Oh wait, I lied. Can I take that one back? I got one that's better than that.
Go ahead.
When that man Trunks went back to the future and got his lick back for everybody, I ain't gonna lie.
The way nobody could fuck with him, bro. Nobody.
He said, I gotta go take care of some business. And then Cell back then, he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to sneak up behind him. And he said, I know you're there.
Like, how you know?
He said, what? Can't be talking to me. This nigga said, I know you're there and I'm about to fuck you up. And then he proceeded to fuck him up. That's what happened. It was for everybody. It's for his mama, for Sensei Gohan, for the whole city. Yeah. Trunks is harder than Gohan. I'm just say that. Trunks is harder than Gohan.
Can't Can't give
Define
you
which one? Future Gohan?
that. Can't give you that because
Gohan's a scholar.
no Gohan. He's not harder than any Gohan.
Gohan's
Especially
a scholar. Now I just want to learn and love my wife.
But I mean,
if
Trunk is a
Gohan,
punk now too. Like, what's
I was
up?
about to say
Gohan is the Chance the Rapper of Dragon Ball Z.
if Gohan continued, if he was still the same Gohan from
Why is that so accurate though? Yo,
if he was still the same Gohan from the beginning of Resurrection F and that whole saga in Dragon Ball Super, I would give it to you. But the Gohan now, hell no. Future Gohan, hell no. Ultimate
Okay,
Gohan, hell
I'm gonna
no.
give this
Teen
caveat.
Gohan, hell no.
I don't watch I don't read the manga for what's
that
going on
nigga,
in Super right
nigga
now.
about to break the internet.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah, I
even.
don't
He
read the
got
I
two
mean,
manga.
before.
it's not even a manga. It's already been animated in the movie. Like
Yeah.
that man.
Y'all know I ain't seen none of the Dragon Ball movies. I need to go watch them.
That man is different. And if we talking about hardest Gohans, BoJack movie Gohan, hardest
Oh,
Gohan for sure,
100%.
100%. BoJack movie
You
Gohan.
love BoJack. You always bringing up BoJack.
That movie is cold. That
He's like
movie,
This man is always bringing up BoJack, bro.
Nah, it is like
is
that.
cold. That's literally top 3. That's top 3.
Mm.
But if we going our second moments, I'm gonna build off what you initially said because you mentioned one anime that started in the late 80s broke the internet in the 2020s. You feel me? Like this man Goku doing a spinneroonie off of Kefla's attack that broke the internet. So I'm gonna build
That
off
was 2018, wasn't it? 2018,
2018, 2010s,
2017.
whatever, broke the internet.
It did
But
do that.
I'm gonna build off of that. And another way he used the Kamehameha wave back in Dragon Ball, where this man, one of Goku's arms was broken during the fight with the original Demon King Piccolo.
Oh, he don't know. He don't know. He don't
This
know.
man Goku used one hand to do a Kamehameha wave off the ground to do, and this is where the Dragon Fist first came about. Use the one hand, shoot a Kamehameha off the ground to propel himself to do a Dragon Fist through King Piccolo's body, straight through that man. Iconic because in Dragon Ball, King Piccolo is the strongest villain that Goku had to face. And he was about to lose that fight, but he willed himself again to do a Kamehameha wave off the ground, propel it into a Dragon Fist, and go straight through that man, King Piccolo's body. That was top tier. Top tier.
Shenron imagery.
Facts,
Oh
facts.
shit.
And then that was Teen Goku. You feel me? That was Teen Goku.
Can I ask a question? What's up with all these animes where adults fighting kids?
You got it.
I mean,
Why is
technically,
that?
the thing is,
Why is that
the
a
thing
thing?
is that Dragon Ball actually started it too. Like you were just saying that he was the inspiration. So they had started it at first with Goku and King Piccolo and shit.
Wait, wasn't Yu Yu Hakusho out before Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, and the Yu Yu actually showed they're like more even.
Facts.
It's just
Hell
that they're
no.
demons. No, the other ones are
young-
demons. That's it.
Okay, but they grown as hell still.
But they're demons. It's like so many moments just from Dragon Ball Z that I want to talk about without moving on. But because Colin has mentioned the Kid Goku versus Piccolo, I feel like it's only fitting that I mention the time that Toriyama decided to give tribute to his own character. And this was when Super Saiyan 4 was fighting Super 17. Super 17.
GT.
Huh?
This is GT.
That is GT, yes.
Yeah.
Super 17, as you know, is already an android that does not get tired. Now imagine you have to take 2 androids and you create this super being that can absorb energy, doesn't get tired, and it's just OP as shit. Now Goku is facing him. And we always talked about Super Saiyan 4 being one of the most amazing transformation and really just overpowered. But even Super Saiyan 4 was not enough to take time with Super 17. We talked about back to our episode where we talk about female characters that deserve their own shows. We talked about Android 18. She had a moment when she tried to connect with the one half of Super 17 that was still human and give Goku a shot. But this is weekend Goku, and this is Kid Goku. Using that same tactic that Carla just mentioned, propels himself, balls up the fist. You get the Shenron imagery. He runs right through this nigga. Comes out the other side. One of the greatest moments in Dragon Ball GT. And also perfect because GT was supposed to be the ending. That there like was the perfect and greatest tribute to me because it was a tribute from the beginning of what his work was, which was
Facts. And again, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 4, the transformation itself, my all-time favorite transformation of the whole series because it truly embodies what a Saiyan is supposed to be. And it's a true Saiyan form.
Facts.
Like that is one of the in my opinion, again, I know we're in, a time of peak anime. A lot of animes are going crazy. But if I have to say the best transformation of all time is Super Saiyan 4, and it's not changing. Unless something comes better than Super Saiyan 4, it's not changing, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I have a hot take.
What's the hot take?
I feel like I know this might sound crazy, but just the way it happened, I think the buildup of perfect Master Ultra Instinct was better to me.
Just having a clear aura around you?
It's not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about just. I'm not just talking about the transformation. I said how it happened, the sequence.
Oh, okay.
How he was being overwhelmed, then he bashed that nigga, and then went and grabbed that nigga's aura and whooped his ass without looking at him. Like the nigga just started shaking. We're like, what the fuck? Come on, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. To me, that's a very close second. I'm gonna still go, but it's not a hot take. That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
Yeah. I got a question. With Super Saiyan 4, since he gets his tail back, can he now go grade ape too?
That's how he started. He went Ozaru. No, because the thing is, he needed his tail to go Super Saiyan 4 because he was Kid Goku and he had his tail again. So now he looked at the moon. He kind of goes.
Okay, because I ain't watched GT. I mean, I've seen episodes of GT when I was a kid, but I didn't like it for real.
Truly, the only, if you ever are interested in watching GT, the only arcs you need to watch are the Super 17 arc, the Baby arc, and Omega Shenron arc. That's literally it.
Baby arc is
insane.
That shit is not.
It is insane. When Baby started taking control of everybody, the way that the new Kid Goku, when what's the name, Baby took control of Gohan and Goten, and they was trying to get up on this nigga, and Goku didn't flinch.
He did not flinch. You are not that guy, Pop.
Facts. Like, oh my god.
Look at him.
Yeah, Kenny, those are, even if you just want to watch the fights that build up to the final fights, like those are literally all you need to watch, dog. And the Super Saiyan 4 transformations, Goku and Vegeta's. Vegeta cheated, but we won't talk about that.
So Vegeta cheated.
He ain't cheat, but what's the name? Bulma created.
What do you mean he ain't cheated?
He didn't cheat really, but Bulma helped him by creating a Bloods wave machine to basically, bring his inner. He cheated. He cheated.
He didn't even have Super Saiyan 3. Like what?
So this man took steroids?
Basically.
He took performance enhancing drugs.
Bro, the thing you know what's funny about that? Because you know how Goku had to basically hear Pan's voice to kind of to get his his conscience back before this man Vegeta's a bitch.
He's a dickhead.
This nigga's a dickhead. He acted like he ain't had no consciousness just so he could squeeze this nigga Goku.
Goku was screaming the fuck out.
Goku was screaming like shit. And then Vegeta was like, "You thought I would lose my consciousness? That's funny." Like that nigga's a dick.
Well, Sam, this is what I want. I want us all to be laughing and smiling. Just to revel in the greatness that Sensei was able to give us before he went to that big manga panel in the sky. That's all I have for this segment. Hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys got to go walk down memory lane. I know I did having this conversation. I will say it, the GOAT anime of all time. I will say it on camera. And put this in all your group chats, Sensei family, friends. Like, share, subscribe. Put down there in the comments your favorite moments from Dragon Ball Z. Because I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the most hood nigga in the world. I don't care if you're the biggest nerd in the world. I don't care if you're the most boring nigga in the world. At some point in life, Dragon Ball Z has come across your face. There's no way. All right? And on that note, I know your grandma done seen something about Dragon Ball Z. Send it to your grandma before Obama shows her his Dragon Balls.
Whoa. Whoa.
We're finished. We're done. We're done. We're done.